right, happy Friday. Welcome to the Doe Show, everybody. A good Friday here in the office. We're getting a lot done today, so happy with that. If you've never watched us before, my name is Dustin Tibbetts. I'm a financial advisor with jazzWealth Managers. We specialize in managing retirement accounts, long-term investment accounts. We manage our own portfolios that you can participate in. So, of course, you can go to our website and see the performance. We are 100% fiduciaries, right? So we only have ourselves to sell. We work in your best interest for everything all the time. Check us out at jazzwealth.com. Anyways, today's Doe Show will be somewhat short because there's not really much to say about this, but I want you to pay attention. This one is really, really important. I get the benefit, the privilege, the honor of watching you people, well, all of our customers, move their money around, ask questions about how they handle their dough, all this stuff, right? So you start to pick up on little patterns and little mistakes or little things that people misunderstand when it comes to these accounts. And inevitably, that helps me create video topics. So here's the thing. You hear me all the time talking about the Roth IRA. For most of you, that is your best investment choice outside of a 401k if they offer, matching contributions. Okay, so that's usually what we talk about. Now, sometimes people go, well, I have a Roth 401k at work, and so this must act the same way as the Roth IRA. Well, after all, they have the same name, so it must mean that everything's basically the same. Kind of. There's one big mistake that I really want to point out the details, so I need you to pay close attention to this one. I promise to keep it short. Roth IRA is post-tax. So you're making contributions from your bank account, and when you get to retirement, the IRS is like, tell you what, you can have all the growth, all your contributions, tax-free, no problem. Over here, post-tax. All right, so far so good, right? Here's the problem. We always say the Roth IRA is the best vehicle because if something goes wrong, you could take the money out. If you put $1,000 in, you can take $1,000 out at any age, no matter how long you've had that Roth IRA. You could take the money out with no penalty, no tax, no questions, really. Now, we have had customers come back to us and say, turns out I can't invest right now. Something happened to me. I need to take the money out. No problem. You have the right to take your contributions out. If you take the gains out, if you have any growth, well, now you're going to have a little bit of a problem with the IRS there. But you can take all of your contributions out. So anything you put in, you could take out early, penalty-free. No, whatever. You get the point, okay? So that's a big deal. I've only had maybe 6. I mean, I could probably count on one hand how many customers have said, got to take out money. Okay, it's nice to know you're not being penalized. Can you do the same in the Roth 401k? Anybody know the answer to that? What if you want to take an early withdrawal before 59 and a half? What happens? Much different over here. Okay? And people don't figure that out until it's too late because you know what happens? You get stuck. Financially, you get in trouble. Something happens to you, you call your 401k and you go, hey, I've got a Roth 401k. I only want to take an early withdrawal from the Roth 401k, not the employer contributions. And then they hit you with the bad news. Okay? In a Roth 401k, this is how this works. If you take out money early, you are not allowed to tell them what you want to take out. They have to lump your contributions as well as your growth. It has to go together. So, if for example, you contributed, say, I don't know, $5,000, and the growth is $2,000, right? You do not get to go to them and say, I only want the $5,000. They have to mix it all together. They are going to take $5,000 prorated between everything that you have. What does that mean? If you take the money out of the growth, now you're in trouble. They withhold 20% on it, and you owe the 10% late penalty. You don't get to decide. In a Roth IRA, let's go with the same thing. You had $5,000 and you had $2,000 worth of growth, I don't know, over some time or whatever. You can come to me, you can email me, call me and say, Dustin, financial troubles, so sorry to do this to you, gotta take out my contributions. You can. You can say, I only want to take out the $5,000 of my contributions and I'd like to leave the growth. And in that case, we're able to separate the two. So very, very important concept here. In a Roth 401k, you are not allowed to separate your contributions from the growth. In a Roth, you are. So what does that tell you? Some of you are already starting to think, if you're thinking how to game the system a little bit, what's that tell you? Anybody? I know, I'm talking to myself. So what it tells you is the first thing you want to do if you need to take an early withdrawal from your Roth 401k is you want to ask for, is there an ability for an in-service distribution? Look through your paperwork, give your HR person a call. You want to ask them, is there an in-service distribution available? If so, then what they're going to do is allow you to roll it over to a Roth IRA. If you can roll over the Roth 401k to a Roth IRA, then you now get to separate your contributions from the growth, right? Just like we did a second ago. So now, if you had $7,000 in a Roth 401k, you need $5,000. You don't want to take the penalty, the tax on the $2,000 over here. You go, that sucks. Ask them if you could do an in-service distribution. It just means that while you're still working at that job, they'll allow you to move some money away into a Roth. If that's the case, now you're allowed to separate. See, the IRS over here, they don't care. And they never made a rule to say what happens if we roll it over, okay? So that's that. Now, that's if you work still at the job that you have the Roth 401k. If it's an old Roth 401k, then you just simply roll it over before you take the withdrawal. Roll it over, right? Then take the money out of your contributions. We'll take care of it on our end to make sure the IRS knows that what you took out is contributions and not growth. Awesome, right? So now you're saving yourself 30%. If it was $2,000, well, you know what I mean. You're saving yourself the 20% from the withholding that they're required to withhold, by the way. There's no way around that. And you're saving yourself the 10% penalty from doing that if we can roll it over. So if you're still working at the job and you must take a early withdrawal, something bad's happened to you, ask for an in-service distribution, roll it over. If you don't work at that job anymore and it's just an old Roth 401k that you had, then just do the rollover to a Roth IRA. We can help you with that. I know I hopefully didn't make it too complicated. I was trying to keep it short and sweet, but that is such an important little piece to the IRS code. Nobody realizes until they call me and they go, hey, Dustin, I see you on YouTube. I tried to take an early withdrawal from my Roth 401k and listen to this nonsense. They want to hold 20% back and they want to give me a 10% penalty. And I have to say, yeah, that's the rule. They're supposed to do that. They're not bad people, right? So don't get mad at the company. It's just the rule they have to follow. However, the IRS did not come over here and make this a rule. Whether they were being nice or they just didn't think people would do that or haven't come up with that as a rule yet, I don't know. You know, it's what it is. So pay very close attention to that. I wanted to keep this short for you. If I've helped you in some way, please hit the subscribe button, turn the bell on. Check us out at jazzwealth.com. I hope you have a great weekend. We are going to do the closing beat today. That is our daily market update show where we cover everything that has happened with the markets. And we'll be back at 5 o'clock. Enjoy the rest of your day. Happy Friday, everybody.
Why should you choose jazzWealth as your retirement or long-term investing service? Our portfolios are managed by us, not some faceless mutual fund manager. Our private classes will teach you everything about investing and getting your dough straight. Best of all, our fiduciary standard means your best interest comes before ours.